but they had to compromise with each other and recognize that when you're building a democracy, you're never done. You're always working on it. It's hard work because we have to build a lot of consensus in a democracy. It's not like a dictatorship. It's difficult work. So you have got to work with each other and read how the founding fathers set the country up where we would have to compromise with one another. It doesn't mean you get to perfection early. Matter of fact, we'll never get to perfection, but we'll never be satisfied. We'll always be trying to build a better country. And the important thing is, how do you do that? By unifying the country behind good ideas. How do we listen to these better angels and then put it into play? Your question about how can the youth help. One thing I learned when I was very young was I always wanted perfection. And if something wasn't perfect, I was like a dog that got his teeth into a bone. I just kept gnawing on that. And then as I grew older, I realized that not everyone thinks the same way. But if you were willing to listen to one another, really listen to one another, if when you disagreed with somebody, you studied the issue from their point of view until you understood the issue from their point of view, not just studied it so you could reject it, but listen to them. And then you could start from that common ground and discuss why your idea had merit to that person because you understood their position. I think one of the most important things right now in our country is we need America's youth to come up with a reminder to everyone that we're fellow citizens, to rediscover our fundamental friendliness toward one another. We may have different ideas, but the country's always had different ideas, and each year the country gets better. It's a better country this year than it was 20 years ago. It's certainly a better country after our Civil War got rid of slavery than when we were born with slavery. Remember, we were born with a birth defect. Be honest about that. But then work with one another and keep working to listen and understand each other so well that we find the common ground. And there always is common ground for those who believe in democracy. But it's a great question. Thank you for asking it.